Yeah, I'm about to say I didn't throw that up though. I'm kind of aware of that, but
but imagine how many that did.
Yeah, I know it was crazy. Like everybody, like the whole thing, everybody was throwing it up.
It was a ritual.
And it's crazy. It's crazy how, you know what I'm saying, like they pull it off on you like that. And like with Jay-Z, I have so much respect for Jay. But it's like now as I'm becoming aware and I'm awakening to what's going on. Like I said, me coming out the young culture or whatever, it's sad, man. Like it's really sad. Like how can you deceive so many masses of people when everybody listens to Jay?
He is doing the bidding of his masters.
And he's doing a great job though. That's why they're rewarding him with basketball teams and that's why Jay, for real, y'all gotta understand, Jay is the most powerful man in hip hop right now. Not Puff Daddy, not 50 Cent, Jay-Z. Well, he does the bidding of his masters well. That's what I'm saying.
I beg to differ with that. The most powerful men in hip hop we don't see.
Oh yeah,
they don't have mics.
Right.
They ain't got to go on stage and clown and, you know, buck dance. They don't.
Well, you could say he's the most powerful face that they're using. Like he's the ultimate to where he does what they tell him to do.
That's the same thing with Barack Obama. I mean, he's the most powerful face, and this man, Zabig Brzezinski, made that very clear.
It's not Barack though. It's Barry. I don't know.
True.
Barack. I know Barry.
But the Grand Chessboard explains it. Zabig Brzezinski. Y'all probably never heard of this dude. He's probably 80 years old. But if you just put his name in the search engine, Zabig Brzezinski, the Grand Chessboard, you understand what I'm saying? You'll be surprised at the money that was put up to make sure Barry, thank you, was selected before he was elected. That's all I got to say on that.
So let me ask you this about the house situation with your house getting burnt down. Do you think the Illuminati has something to do with that, to try to send you a message to try to quiet you, or?
Well, this is something I've never really said on film. I've said it on film, but I have that particular tape locked away in my safe behind my desk, and no one has ever heard me say this. But I think it's time that we kind of get this out in the open. That you know, on the Occult Science Radio interview and World Star and some other interviews that I've done, I've actually talked about the blood and the human sacrifice. Well, I'm gonna look right in the camera and say this. I was supposed to be that blood human sacrifice for Public Enemy, but I survived it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And since I survived it and I'm talking about it now it's imperative that these people silence me. Plain and simple. I've told you about people that I had to deal with right in front of my door right here. You understand what I'm saying? I tell people, look, when you call me, know that this conversation is being listened to. Plain and simple. I can't tell you how many times my MySpace, Facebook, email accounts, websites get shut down. You understand what I'm saying? I know they listening. You understand what I'm saying? To a degree, I know these days are numbered for me. You understand what I'm saying? But I have to do what I have to do because I know they got to do what they have to do. My house burning down, that wasn't no accident. That wasn't no accident. But see, I'm not tied to the material. You know, this is where I do photography and make music in here, and I ain't skip a step. And I really appreciate all the people like, you know, y'all's people stepping up. You know, brothers was just putting money in my hand when they see me in the street. They was going online and going to PayPal and putting money in my account to make sure that I stayed alive. And the people actually stepped up, man. And if I wouldn't be if it wasn't for the people.
Yeah, because the people are waking up. They're getting aware
exactly.
now.
And you know what they said themselves? That Professor Griff, man, but I may not agree with everything he got to say or the way he say it, but hey, man, that brother's a soldier. And if they came at that brother like that to silence him like that, I gotta support the brother. I mean, $5, I ain't gonna miss that. You understand? The people were giving me used books. I had 3,000 books, man. All my books couldn't even fit in these 3 rooms.
That's real.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I had a DVD library that'll blow your mind. And to come home, I wasn't even in town at the time. To come home and look at the shell of my house, I'm like, God damn. So I'm walking in, you know, with a wet t-shirt over my mouth. I'm going through, see if I could salvage some things. It was like critical. And then for the insurance company to fight me tooth and nail, even down to the lawyers, man, just probably paid off.
So have they ever tried to approach you though and try to get you in with you knowing so much? I'm pretty sure that, has anybody ever tried to approach you to get you into this so-called?
Let me tell you what your man Hustle Simmons said to me. I'm at the Million Man March, or the Million More Movement. I think it was the one after that. Behind stage, dignitaries and all the important people were there. So I'm talking to Russell, and I'm like, look, man, did that whole Jewish thing affect your life like it did me? He says, man, all you had to do was make a hit record, and that would have been that. Or basically, in other words, all you had to do was come on in. Basically, you understand what I'm saying? Chill the fuck out. We would hit you off, just kind of like everything would have been cool. You mean to tell me all this time my life has been ruined? I've been poisoned, shot at, house burned down, all kicked out of Public Enemy, all this shit, and you tell me in a fucking fleeting moment behind stage somewhere that all I had to do was make a hit record? Oh, damn. That goes to show y'all, man. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. You understand what I'm saying? Right now I'm feeling like Tupac. They don't give a fuck about us,
They
man.
killed that brother, man. That brother was, hey, that brother was on something.
You got to question Quincy Jones about that. Quincy Jones set up those sex rings, and Quincy Jones had called Tupac in to go through the homosexual ritual, and when he turned him down, when he turned Quincy Jones down, and Quincy Jones found out that he was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter, that's when Tupac was marked for death. Quincy Jones's daughter was best friends with Aaliyah. Aaliyah was mocked. Aaliyah connected to Dame Dash. Dame Dash was mocked.
From Dame.
It's all connected, man.
To start that,
Michael
start
Jackson was mocked. It's all connected. It's all connected, man. Read the Tavistock Institute. Every lecture I show this book. These are written by white boys long before us. This was going on. So, they came to America as operatives, coming among us. You remember back in the day, this book talks about the nefarious niggerization of hip-hop, the first millennium edition of the American Directory of Certified Uncle Toms. It talked about how these young white boys started establishing all these record companies, these subsidiaries, because their parents owned the majors. They got distribution. So they could sign the brothers to these subsidiary labels. Are you following me? Mm-hmm. They were the ones that said that they were going to make you calling yourself a nigga very popular. It talks about that on page 236, I believe. And I tell people all the time, I said, listen, this ain't Professor Griff. It says, with their cash and a superior industry position, these white entrepreneurs installed a new leadership over hip-hop, and they began to promote a nefarious niggerization of rap music. It says KRS-One and Public Enemy, with the message that KRS-One and Public Enemy, they said we were reaching the masses of young black people. And then NWA, niggas with attitudes, would be paid off and put in a position where they would neutralize Public Enemy and brothers like KRS-One. And then came the gangster rap, thugging, balling, now pimping. Now the metrosexual is about to take over hip-hop. And your children, your nephew, your niece, and all the little ones, the shorties now, Tay-Tay, Riri, Man, and Twan and them, in the hood, gonna be wearing fucking skirts. Watch. Man purses and this kind of shit. Seriously.
All I can say is, man, it's as y'all can see, it's heating up. I gotta wipe my forehead, man, because, you know, Donnie Peoples, I ain't never been into the battle like this. And like I said, we really getting to the meat of the grit right now.
Well, listen, man, let me just say one thing. It ain't no beef.
There's no beef.
I'm not gonna see you at the Soul Train Awards and, you know, and you going, you know.
But this what I want.
And they gonna want to, you know, bump me or send their man to come step to me. It ain't gonna be that kind of party, man. Because I'm telling you, I'm 5'5", 148 pounds, dude. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that.
So let me ask you this, because if back to that whole homosexual ritual thing, right? So if Pac was set up to do this and he didn't do it, which, you know, does everybody have to go through that to get in?
No, not everybody. You see, like I said earlier, you don't choose them. This ain't an everybody thing. This is an elite club.
Okay, so Pac. Okay, so the elite club now would be Jay-Z, 50,
Puffy,
Kanye,
Beyonce,
and all. Okay, so are these people, have they been put through that?
The Rihannas.
Have they been put through that?
Yeah, it's probably not their time, but that's not the only ritual.
So you said Jay-Z being at the point he is now, because the Blueprint 3 was signifying his masturbation shit. That album. That was to signify his masturbation shit, right? So for him to make it to this masturbation point, did he have to get, did he get?
I don't think the homosexual ritual, no.
You got off the hook. I was trying to find out something.
Not to my knowledge, no. But
Wait a minute. Well, how Jay-Z get past it?
Some of the best of them. In these books, you can read about some of the best of them that took it.
I'm just saying. I feel like I feel like
other people, dignitaries,
like the Puff Daddy situation, right? Like we all were kind of hip to Puff. Like Puff, I mean, that's the thing around. Like with me,
Why Puff and not Jay?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and all these different people. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what makes Jay-Z exempt from the homo rule? This is what I want to know. Like, what makes him exempt? Is he that cool?
No, I think they just have another path for him.
What do you mean? Like, what? Okay, for Tupac, why would they want to do my man like that?
Well, if you want to be up in that movie space, this is one of the reasons why I think not Jay. If you want to be up in that movie space and you want to kind of get up into that space, I think a lot of them, either that or put on a dress.
What about LL?
Well, I think LL was brought to Hollywood by Quincy Jones. I think Queen Latifah was brought to Hollywood by Quincy Jones.
And Fresh Prince too, right?
Fresh Prince, of course.
Oh yeah, Fresh.
What's the dude's name? Tevin Campbell and
Tevin ain't been the same. They ruined that man, and I think that's why Mike was messing with Quincy.
No, you see, but you got to understand something. Mike rejected it like Tupac rejected it.
But you don't think he was a part of it at first? I mean, because Mike was older when he rejected it. Mike didn't start rejecting it maybe until he turned about 40.
Mike didn't know any better.
That's what I'm saying. So all them kids being put in his bed and stuff.
Why would they put among him? Precisely the point.
That's what I'm saying. So was Quincy behind the scenes putting the kids in the bed?
No, I'm not talking about Quincy, but I'm talking about those people that surrounded Mike are connected to the people that surround Quincy.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's like, do your thing. We got to initiate you. We got to bring you in, whatever. Go on YouTube and listen to Michael Jackson's speeches.
Oh, yeah, I was here. Yeah, I heard that whole little tour he was setting up.
When he rejected the whole ritual thing, he's like, no. He was losing his mind for a minute, hanging a baby out of the window because he was wrestling with it. Then they came at him, and it was like, look, man, we're going to bring you up on charges, dude. Take pictures of your fucking freckles on your dick. You understand what I'm saying? And at that point, we were already like, the hell with Michael Jackson. Then Cat Williams came out and said what he said about Mike. But Cat Williams was correct when he said those mansion parties and y'all don't understand what go on with that shit, man.
See now you have to bring my viewers up to speed on that because the whole Cat I'm not even hip to that what was said about that. What did Cat Williams?
Cat Williams said they was letting him in, and the stuff that he was seeing was blowing his mind. And I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all don't want to believe it, watch in the next couple of years. They coming after Cat Williams. Cat Williams tell too much truth. They coming after Cat Williams, man. Seriously. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the whole idea of Michael Jackson rejecting it and they bringing him up on charges and this kind of thing, that's public humiliation. Then they set up the doctor, to be around Mike in his presence, and they provided the medicine for him to give the Mike. Oh, come on, man. That's covert operation, dude. That's CIA.
And that's why the Jackson's family is not kind of talking because I already know they've been threatened. And that's why they not saying nothing. Joe like, I ain't nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
So
if you want to live, shut the hell up.
And that's pretty much what it is.
That's what it is. And a lot of times, we don't have a lot of time to tell the entire story, but I hope within the next 6 months, I'll be able to decode the stuff that I'm showing you here, especially, how they murked William Cooper.
Oh, I have that book at the house.
You understand what I'm saying?
Behold the Pale White Horse. Yep.
William Cooper, Alex Constantine, John Coleman, who also wrote the Committee 300, John Potash. These people that don't look like us, but they've documented it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? We got to get back to basics, man. We got to start reading. We back in the day when I was coming up, we made it popular to stand out on the corner and kind of show people what we know and what we studied. That's not popular anymore.
Oh, now
you understand what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Hell yeah. But we got to bring that back. Straight up, brothers. Y'all got to start reading, dude. A lot of y'all call me and want to run up on me in the street at the fucking grocery store 3:30 in the morning trying to prove your point, but you don't read shit. I came up during the day there wasn't no internet, so I had to read.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you have to read.
But the internet, I can honestly say, blessed us to hear real people like you though.
Oh, give thanks.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to, because like you said, if it was just strictly on reading, then I would be totally ignorant. You know, I'm just now starting to get my reading on, so to speak. But it takes the internet to make me want to read.
That's the man, and you admitting that. You understand what I'm saying?